Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial by Shayna's Home DIY and Crafts. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a privacy screen and fence. This fence that you're looking at right here, fence, wall, whichever you want to call it. If it's your first time here, my name is Shayna. Thank you for stopping by. If it's not your first time, welcome back. So here guys, we have 4x4x8 posts. And if you haven't seen the video of how I did this, I'm going to be listing this in the description box below. It's also going to be in the iCard above, so you could check out how I did these posts. Okay, so these posts, I originally made them last year. To be exact, a year ago I made these for string light, outdoor string light. So this is just a review of what it looks like, the before and as I go along, and then after I make all of that stuff, I went ahead and I stain it. And in case you want more information, I'm not going to get too much into these barrels and the post light because I have a full tutorial on that. And there goes Fiona. If you're new here, say hi to Fiona. So what I did, this was my whole setup for last year. Once we get those posts in to get the string light, and I originally had planned on redoing my backyard, but the budget is not right just now, so we're trying to do a little bit of DIY to make it look presentable for now until that fund comes in where we could get this backyard up and running. Okay, so this is just again an overall look of what it looks like when it was done. As you guys could see, the string lights and the plants and everything, and it hold up for a year. I have a lot of people coming from me about the cement. I've had no problem. It's been a year. I'm not a professional, not a contractor, but hey, it's holding up really nice. So last year, again, like I said, this is what it looked like, and I had like a nice little view back there and everything. However, this year I found out that I have neighbors behind me and my backyard is their view. So over there, you can't see any neighbors because there's no neighbors, all woods. But to the back, if you keep watching, you'll see what I'm saying. I have neighbors, and the neighbors are my view, and I don't have a fence, and it's not in my budget to put a fence up. Plus, it's all trees. You see all those trees. I don't want to put a fence up with all that right now. So what I'm going to do is I decided that I'm going to get me some 1x2x8 to make a privacy screen and fence. So here we are. So all I'm doing here, guys, I am measuring. This is no cut. This is so easy. It's not even funny. So I did have to readjust my my planters to make the 8-foot 1x2 fit. So all I'm using is a level, and make sure it's level. And once I get that first one level, you could see on the level right there it's level, then I'm good. And that's the wood I'm using. It's severe weather treated wood at 1x2x8. So it's 1x2 and it's 8 foot long. If you want to find out how long it is, these are 8 foot long. So once I got the first one level, plus it was easier to follow off the rest that I did there. It took me only 2 hours to do this, guys, by myself. 2 hours, no cut. However, it was a pain in the ass because what I did, if you have clamps, you could use clamps to hold it to get it on the other post. If you don't have clamps, just get a piece of wire and tie it up, or you could hold it. Like if you're good at holding, like you see I'm doing there, you hold it. Okay, so what I'm doing here, because I already have those slots made, is 3 slots prior. You can't see those because make no sense showing you the whole thing when it's the same thing I'm doing over and over again. So all I did is I used one piece to make the space in between 2 pieces, if I make sense. So if you notice, I pushed that piece first, so that's going to be the spacing, and then I put the other piece on top. And yes, if you don't have clamps or somebody to hold it, or like I said, use a piece of wire and tie it up, it's going to fall down just like you see just now. I did that with the previous 3 that I made. I used a piece of wire. And I'm telling you, you see I'm wearing my scrubs and everything. I just got off a 12-hour night shift. And I'm like, I'm going to get this done. It's been raining a lot here. I can't really get anything done outside. And of course, my backyard looked like Stanford and Son. So I'm like, little by little, this is going to be an easy project. It's only 2 hours. I'll knock this out. Then I'll take a shower and go to sleep. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm literally like the Walking Dead after a 12-hour shift doing this. And I'm also wearing a long sleeve while it's freaking humid outside, because at work at night, the temperature does drop outside, and they have the AC, and it's freaking hot as hell in there. So anyways, what I did, like I say, we're using the space in between to the full stand-up length of the 1x2x4. That's what I use for the spacing. You could do whatever you want for your spacing. You could turn it sideways to make the spacing smaller. And if you take a good look and like maybe pause this and zoom in, you see those 2 gray chair up in the back? The way how the property line set is kind of weird. So this is the whole reason of me doing this privacy fence. It hurt my feelings because I love my view of looking in the woods, but I felt like somebody's always watching me. those two chairs right there. Those people, they line their chairs out. They have a fire pit all the way right to the fence line that's behind, and you don't really, they can see, but you have to like, it's literal. I felt like, and then they just line out those chairs like church chair. They don't make a circle around the fire pit. They line out like a church. You know how you have the benches in the church set, and I feel like there's always a stare at me. So this is the whole reason for me doing this. It does look nice, but I'm gonna have to get used to it, because from the kitchen, the slide door, looking out the deck, it just looked like something is standing in front of you, like that big old wall. At least it's gonna look attractive when it's done, because I'm gonna stain all of this. But you know, it's weather treated wood. The wood is wet. You gotta let it dry out before you stain. So that's all I'm doing. I'm getting my drill, and I was gonna stain these black, so I ended up getting some black screw. But then after I did my wishing well, so if you haven't seen that video I post, that recent video that I post on my wishing well, then you got to go check that out. It's going to be in the iCard above and also in the description box below. Then I'm like, ooh, I really love how the wishing well color came out. The color of that came out. So I think I'm going to do the same thing here. Instead of do the whole thing black, especially the fact that when I walk in, like I'm in the kitchen, this thing is just right there at the deck, like bang, you know. So I'm going to put, I just feel like it's like a little, it's gonna be too dark for the full black. So you see, at this point I'm really tired. Everything is just falling apart. The only thing leave for fall apart is me. And I tell you, I'm falling apart. You just see, I only look like I'm standing in one, but I'm really falling apart. I'm tired. But we got to be productive and get stuff done. But at the same time, you got to know when to stop. So anyways, that's all I'm doing. Same thing. No cut. We're measuring there. We're putting that one piece between for spacing, and we'll do it. And like I said, 2 hours. Now, in the future, back right up there, you could see there was a fence. So half of the fence came down and the next half is up. Fencing is not in my budget this year, so I'm not going to put myself out of the way to do that when I could do this. That's way cheaper. And then still, like, you know, and yeah, it's cheaper. So for now, we're good with this. So that's all I'm doing. Going from one side to the other side to secure that. And then I'm not going to go ahead and show you the whole 9 yard, because it's just the same thing, and then you probably just get bored. I wish I could show you how I would stain this on this video, but like I said, these are severe weather pressure treated wood, so they're wet. You have to allow these wood to dry out before you apply stain. But not for nothing, the natural tone anyways still look good against the black. So pretty. And if you look carefully, like if you go watch that video of how I made these planters and string light pole at night, these are so pretty. Or if you didn't skip through that part on this video, I decided to show you guys, because I have those solar lights in the planter that goes up on those posts, and those just come on at night. Then I have the post light, the post cap light, those comes on at night. And then I have the string light that I have that works with Alexa, and it's been through a whole winter and everything still work. The post light still works, string lights still work, and the solar lights, they're still up and going. So like you see, you know my show and my thing is a one woman thing, as I always say. So now I'm using like literally my body and my knee to hold that as I screw that part in or drill that part in. Now don't put a lot of weight on that, because you don't want the thing to fall over. But I'm telling you, this thing, the fact that I tie these together with these 1x2, it's even more sturdier. Like, dude, like literally it's more sturdier. Like, it wasn't really wishy-washy and shaking and all of that. Anyway, they're in total bags of cement in this planter. I have 2 bags of, I think, 60 pounds, so a total of 120. Held up really nice throughout the winter, and it's still looking good. I didn't have to restain or anything. Not all I did was plant new flower in the planter for this year, because last year I have different flower, if you really pay attention to the video. And then now I'm adding these 1x2 to it. That looks absolutely gorgeous, just the natural tone with the white. And total I use, I don't remember, I think it's 17 on 1, so we got to say 17 times 3. So it's 3 panels, so 17 times 3, whatever that number turned out to be, is the amount of wood I use. Because I know somebody's going to ask me how much I use. And again, like I say, it's a no cut, so it's 8 foot. I reposition these planters to make sure they set to be exact, where my 8 foot 1x2 will just literally fit the post. It's 4x4, and I don't have to cut anything. So this is so easy. You don't even need the only thing if you don't have a drill or a screw gun either, the only thing you need is a hammer and the nail. That's it. A hammer and a nail, and you're good. So easy. Like I said, the hardest part is to get it up there if you don't have anybody to help you hold it. But this is what it turns out to look like so far. And see my little garden back there, I already did my first harvest already. So again, that little garden back there, if you could see through that post, if you haven't done so yet, then go ahead and do so. So at this point, it started raining really hard, and I'm like, you know what, I only have 2 more to put up, and I'm in the rain. I put up a few, and then I'm getting tired, and when you get tired, everything just starts falling apart. So I'm like, screw that, I'm gonna go shower and go to bed. Plus it was getting late. So then I did that, leave it just like it is, came back from work the next morning, put up the next 2 pieces of wood, and then this is what it looks like when it was done, when I was complete. Look how pretty that look. I can't wait. And again, like I said, if you could see in the yard, really good to look like Stanford and Son with all the things. You could see the grill is there, the chair is there, and everything is everywhere. But look at that, guys, you're not seeing those chairs anymore. So that's all I did. I'm gonna be having a full review of what it looks like once I'm done. So if you haven't subscribed yet, and turn your notification bell on, and if you make it this far throughout the video, you want to do so you could see the full product of what this look like when I'm done. So I guess this is gonna end up being like a part 2. I hate doing like a part 1 and part 2 video, because 5 years from now, when somebody come across this video and they're trying to find part 2, they have to go through 10,000 videos to find part 2. So I hate doing so. But stay tuned, as I have tons more tutorial coming your way. Like I haven't done my deck yet. Like, so you gotta stay tuned to see a full makeover and how I refresh my deck and get it done. Also, if you're interested in seeing how I redid my deck for last year, I'm also gonna have that video in the iCard and the description box below. You could go ahead and check that out. Okay, so now remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Until next time, be blessed. Bye for now.